Today we're talking about 3 power swing tips, 3 ways to increase your club head speed that are for the amateur, and quite honestly, they're different than they would be if you were a professional. I'm PGA teaching professional Todd Cope, Director of Instruction for US Golf TV and the Sanford Power Golf Academy. What I'm going to share with you here today is 3 ways to create more club head speed, and how what you might have been already trying to do is really designed more for a professional golfer and not for the amateur golfer. So let's dive right into it. Now, here's the first concept we got to talk about. We're going to talk about arm speed versus body speed. We're going to talk about amateurs versus professionals. All right, and at the end here, I'm going to give you the third tip. It's going to be definitely different than what you've ever heard before, and it might even be a little bit controversial, but I think you're going to like it because I know it's going to help you. So let's talk about the first way that we can create more club head speed by using our arms. So what you're going to do is, I got my 8-iron right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and turn it around, and you'll notice I'm just kind of holding it up here by the head of the club head right here, and I'm just holding it with one hand, my lead arm. All right, now I'm just going to make some swings. Just nice and free and flowing, right? Super easy, nothing to it. Now what you're going to hear, can you hear that swish a little bit? Now the faster I swing my arms, boom, okay? The louder the swish is, the more speed I'm creating. Now what I'm doing there is I'm teaching my body, I'm teaching my arms how to create speed and release. Now the reason this drill works is because you've eliminated the weight of the club head. If you tried to do this drill with the weight away from you, like we normally grip it, that's going to be very difficult to do, and quite honestly, I would caution you from doing that because it could put some strain and some pressure on some of the shoulders and the arms, all right? But by just simply taking it and turning it around like this, okay, you get the feel of what you're looking for. So if you've watched any of my stuff already, okay, and if you haven't, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell, because I love hearing from you, but I love doing 3-setters. So let's do it. Here we go. I'm going to do a little 3-setter. There's 1. There's 2. Each one's getting a little louder. Boom, there's 3. Now I got that feeling, and I'm going to go ahead here, and I'm just going to hit a shot and get set in there, okay? Boom. And I try to replicate that feel so that I know exactly what I'm looking for. So that's tip number 1. Take the club, turn it around, okay, and create some swish and some stuff there. Now, anytime that I'm doing some training with my students, I love using my Live. You've kind of seen it here. If you've watched my videos, you've seen this is a great product because it provides instant feedback. It's almost like having your own coach. It's like your own set of eyes. Now, let me talk about that and how I've got this set up. And then we're going to get into tip number 2 here that has to do with the Rotary Drill. It's one of my favorites, okay? And notice how I've got this set up here. I've got the red line, all right? Got the red line just off my lead shoulder right there. You can see that on the screen. Now the goal for amateur golfers versus professional golfers is to, I'm going to take the club and turn it around here, is to get their arms to the red line. Let's call it the finish line. To get the arms to the finish line before the body. Okay, now a lot of tour professionals, world-class athletes, top fitness condition, practicing 8 hours a day, they're going to get their body rotate, and they're going to get their weight moving in their lead foot, and they're going to really get their body rotated, and their arms are going to be behind. So the body's going to get to the finish line first, rotation and open, the arms are going to drag. Good position if you can practice a lot and you have the physical capabilities to do it. Amateur golfers, those of you watching this, guys like myself, we got a job, we got stuff going on, I don't have a ton of time to practice. Okay, I want to get my arms to that finish line before my body. Let me go ahead and hit one, then we'll get into the second drill. All right, here we go. Boom, I could feel my arms really snap and rotate through there. All right, so that's tip number 1. That's a little bit about the concept. Now, the second drill is what I call the Rotary Drill. Now this one, I'm not going to lie, is a little bit challenging. So bear with me, we're going to walk through it. I know you can do it, and I know you're going to see results. So here we go. Rotary, rotation, okay, circle. So here's how it's going to work. I'm going to do it in slow motion. Then we're going to hit it with the ball. I like to do this drill with like an 8-iron. 7-iron maybe, even off a tee if you haven't practiced it before. Normal backswing, okay? You're going to come through, strike the ball, and then you're going to rotate your arms back in front of you. Okay, so here we go. Let me do it super slow. Then we're going to do it with the ball. Backswing, strike, rotation. That's where we get rotary. That's where the name of the drill comes. Back, boom. Okay, now let me do it with the ball. I'm going to do it super slow. You can watch the red line there. Remember, that's the finish line. Here we go. I'm going to do it really slow. Here we go. Backswing, strike, rotate in front of me. See where it finished? Right there in front of me. Let me do it one more time. Then I'm going to add some speed to it, and I'm going to tell you why it works. Here we go. Finish line, backswing, strike, rotate. Okay? Now, let me do one full speed. Here we go. Once you've practiced a little bit. Now, I wouldn't do it with anything more like an 8-iron or a 7-iron. And I wouldn't do hundreds of them because it can be a little bit harder on your body. It's more to get the feel. Here we go. Ready? All right, now I got that feel. I've got speed in my arms. Now I'm going to go ahead and just hit a regular shot and try to run. Okay, that felt pretty quick. Some quick and some snap to that. All right, now I promised you here at the end, I'm going to share with you another tip, the third one, that is kind of, I don't want to say it's controversial. That's probably too strong of a word, but it's definitely different than what you're hearing. And remember this concept, pros versus amateurs. We're not saying these other things, getting the body rotated, we're not saying that's bad advice. What we're saying is that could be bad advice for you because, with all due respect, you're not a tour professional. You're an amateur golfer. So arm speed is where it is at. So what we're going to do is a drill here, what I like to call hold the hips. And if you slice the ball, this is for you. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it without a golf ball. I'm going to do it face on, and then we'll do it from, we're going to do it from down the line this way first. Then we'll do it from face on using live view. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your lead foot, left foot for me, move it way forward, trail foot back. And I'm just going to make some swings, and I'm going to feel my hips hold, arms release. Here we go. Ready? Back swing, hips hold, arms release. Now let me go ahead and do it super slow motion. We got live view right there. We've got the finish line. This is why I love live view. It's such a great visual. I can automatically see it, what's going on. I can replay it. I can put lines on there, anything I want. Lead foot forward. Trail foot back. Here we go. I'm going to hold the hip. Release arm. Notice, oh, see that? Body did not get to the finish line. Arms past the finish line. Let me do it again. And then I'm going to tell you why this works wonders if you slice the golf ball. Here we go. Lead foot forward. Trail foot back. Oh, yeah. Man, that felt good. Easy. Arm speed. Pop and snap at the bottom. Now, why does that work for the slicer? Well, it works for the slicer because 9 out of 10 slicers that I see on the lesson tee, they get their body going in the wrong direction in the transition. Okay, and what happens is they got the club, you can see it down the line here. Maybe they got the club in a pretty good spot on the top. All right? But their first move is for their body to spin. Okay? See with live view there? See how my body spun and went away from the red line? And where does the club go when I do that? It goes out and across, right? And from this position, you're going to hit a banana slice your entire life. But if you take your lead foot and you put it forward, okay, I get a nice turn, and I hold this lead hip, where do my arms go? Well, they've got to drop to the inside. They've got to drop to the inside. So let me go ahead and hit it. Now what I want you to watch from down the line is watch the angle of the club right here. So here we go. We're set in there. Leave it forward. And you'll see how not only do the arms pass the finish line first, but they drop down into the inside. So when we're talking about club head speed, you got to ask yourself an honest question. Is that speed for a tour professional or is it for an amateur golfer? These 3 tips that I've given you, these 3 drills are going to help you create arm speed, which is what you want if you're an amateur golfer.